Have you ever had a strange feeling that someone, somewhere, might be thinking about you? That even though you haven't spoken in a while, you still cross their mind? It's a curious and powerful feeling. And while we can't always read minds, there are signs, clear, subtle, and consistent that reveal when someone has you on their mind, far more than they might admit. In this video, we'll explore 8 powerful signs that someone thinks about you a lot. Not just in passing, but regularly, deeply, and maybe even emotionally. So take a breath and get comfortable because this might explain some of the signals you've been sensing lately. Let's begin. Sign 1, they reach out without a reason. When someone thinks about you often, they'll find excuses to connect. You'll notice they text or call, just to check in, without a real agenda. They might send a meme, share a random thought, or ask a question they probably already know the answer to. It's not really about the topic, it's about the connection. Their messages may seem casual, but behind them is the intention: you were on my mind, and I wanted to feel close to you, even for a moment. Sometimes, even a like or emoji reply is a sign. They're maintaining a thread of connection, even if it's small. And if you start noticing a pattern, like they always reach out at similar times, or when you're going through something, they're not just being nice. They're thinking about you, a lot. Sign 2, they remember the smallest things. People who think about you often tend to lock in details. Not just the big stories you've shared, but the fleeting comments you barely remember saying. Like your favorite drink. Or that book you said you wanted to read. Or how you said you were nervous about something next week. This isn't about good memory, it's about emotional investment. Your words matter to them. Your likes, dislikes, worries, dreams, they're paying attention. You may even hear them bring something up weeks later, and think, wow, I didn't think they remembered that. They did. Because you mattered in that moment, and you still do. Sign 3, they mention you to others. When someone thinks about you a lot, they don't just hold you in their private thoughts, you start to appear in their conversations too. You might hear from mutual friends that they've brought you up. Or maybe they tell a story, and you're randomly part of it, even if you weren't the focus. It's a subconscious thing. When someone is always on your mind, they naturally enter your dialogue. Even if they try to hide it, they can't help it. And when someone talks about you when you're not around, it's not about gossip, it's about presence. You live in their mental and emotional world, even at a distance. Sign 4, they show up when you need support. You're going through something, maybe silently, and they just appear. They check in, they ask how you are, they offer help. Even when you don't say anything, they seem to sense it. That kind of intuition doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from thinking about you, caring deeply, and being emotionally attuned to you. It's not just timing. It's their desire to be present, to ease your load, to simply be there. You'll notice they show up without expecting anything in return. Their support isn't performative, it's genuine. And that kind of support usually comes from someone who holds you close, even if they're physically far away. Sign 5, they're engaged with your online world. In today's digital age, online behavior speaks volumes. If someone consistently engages with your content, watches your stories, reacts to your posts, there's something there. And not just once in a while. They're often one of the first to view what you share, even if they don't always interact. You might notice that they don't post much themselves, yet they still manage to keep up with what you're doing. That kind of attention. It's not random. It comes from someone who is curious about your life, who wants to feel close to you in the ways they can. It may not be loud, but it's consistent. Sign 6, they find reasons to spend time with you. When someone thinks about you a lot, they create opportunities. They'll suggest coffee, a walk, a shared activity. Even if the reason feels random or unnecessary, it's not. It's a door, one they're opening to be around you, even just for a while. They might frame it casually. Hey, I was in the area. Thought you might want to join. But often, it's a sign that you've been on their mind. And spending time with you isn't just an option, it's something they seek. Because your presence, feels good to them. Sign 7, they mirror your energy and mood. This one's subtle but powerful. People who think about you deeply often develop a kind of emotional synchronicity with you. When you're joyful, they seem lighter. When you're low, they respond with softness and care. They read your tone, your pauses, your energy shifts. And their own mood often reflects it. It's not always conscious, it's empathy in action. A connection formed from paying attention. When someone mirrors your emotional state, it means they're deeply attuned to your presence, even when words aren't exchanged. Sign 8, they randomly refer back to you. Ever had someone say something like, "This reminded me of you"? Or, "That's something you'd probably say." Out of nowhere. That's a clear reflection of mental presence. You've become part of their inner dialogue. They associate ideas, memories, feelings, with you. And when they say it out loud, it's a sign that you're living in their internal world. This kind of reference happens naturally. It's not performative. It's someone unknowingly showing you how often they carry your presence with them. Conclusion. So, what do all these signs really tell us? They tell us that connection transcends physical distance. That when someone genuinely thinks about you, a lot, it shows up in ways both small and meaningful. It shows up in words. In actions. In silences. In presence. In care. In patterns. Sometimes we overlook it. Sometimes we doubt it. But the signs are there, if we're willing to see them. So take a moment. Reflect. Maybe someone came to mind during this video. Maybe you started connecting the dots. And if someone is thinking about you that often, maybe it's time to think about what that means, for them, and for you. If this video gave you clarity or comfort, feel free to like, share, or subscribe for more quiet reflections like this. Your presence here means more than you know. Until next time, stay aware, stay kind, and stay connected.